welcome to All Things Knitty. This week's video is this beautiful one row repeat. Yes, another one row repeat. It's called the tight weave stitch, or I've seen it called the rice stitch. It is a one row repeat of front post double crochets, then a back post double crochet all the way along. To begin this stitch, you're going to need some double knit yarn, a 4mm crochet hook, and you want to chain an odd number, or 2 plus 1. So I've just got 19 here just to show you, but if you're chaining, get to the width you want and add an extra one. Make sure it's an odd number. To begin, we're going to begin in the third chain from our hook. So 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do a double crochet. This is in US terms, a double crochet. And in the next, another double crochet. And this is your foundation row, so you're just going to do a full row of double crochets all the way along, and I'll get you in the last stitch, okay? So full row of doubles. Okay, so now you're at the end of your foundation row. Just count back and make sure you have an odd number of posts. The ones that we missed at the very start here, when we went into the third chain, that doesn't count as a stitch. So make sure you have an odd number of posts. And we'll begin our pattern repeat row. So at the end of the row, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. The first and last stitch of every row starts and ends with 1 half double crochet into the stitch, not into the gap. Okay, so a half double crochet in the first, and then because we did a half double here, we're going to ignore this post. Each row will begin with a front post double crochet. So it's yarn over. This is the post here. We're going through the post, making sure that you can see that it comes towards you. Complete your double crochet. So that was the front post. This next post here, we're going to do a back post double crochet, and I know this can be quite tricky, but I think if you follow these directions it does become a wee bit easier. So when you yarn over your hook, instead of keeping the hook facing down the way, turn it up to the ceiling, then come from the back of your work towards you, keeping the hook up the way, then go across the post like so that it's coming out the back, then complete your double crochet. Okay, so then we go to our next post and we're going to do a front post double crochet. And come to the back post again. So I'm going to show you that again really slow. So usually we would turn our hook upside down to pull through. Instead, once you've did your yarn over, keep your hook facing up the way. This just helps it not fall off when you go to the back of your work, come through the stitch first, the post, sorry, then on the back of your work, bring your hook through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. So that was a back post. Continue doing a front post double crochet, then a back post double crochet all the way along. Maybe leave the last 2 or 3 posts and we'll do them together, okay? So back post, then a front, back, front, back, front, back, front, all the way along. Okay. Okay, so we've worked right along the row. We've just got a couple left to do. So I've ended here with a back post double crochet. So in the second to last, remembering that the chain 2 turning doesn't count. Sorry, not chain 2. Chain 1 and your half double doesn't count. Okay, so we're going to do a front post double crochet here. And then in this very last stitch here, we're going to do our half double crochet. So it begins with a half double. You work a front post to begin, all the way along, changing, and your last post is a front post double crochet, and then you end with a half double crochet. So we'll start that same row again. So chain 1 and turn your work. In this very first stitch here, we're going to do a half double crochet, and then this is our next post, but because we ended with a front post, it now becomes, it's on the back of our work here. So it is just the same process, but it's the post looks shorter. So yarn over, do a front post double crochet, and then in your next stitch here, you're going to do a back post double. So like I say, keep your hook facing up and come through the stitch like so. Go through your back of the post, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over through 2. This is our next post here. I'm going to yarn over, come through the post, yarn over, pull through, and complete our double crochet. Here's the next post. You're going to keep your hook facing up the way, come from the back towards you, then through the back post. You can see it here. Onto a front post, and then another back post. So continue doing that all the way across the row until you've got a couple left. If you need time, pause the video and stop about here, and we'll go through the end of it again together. Okay, so we're at the end of the row, and we'll finish with a back post here. So we've still got our last front post to do, but because we did the half double, this last post can be really quite tricky to get into. So just separate the stitches with your finger. Make sure that you're not going into that loop there. You can see your post. You're going to finish your row as always with a front post double crochet, and then half double crochet in the last stitch. Right in the top corner, make sure you have your V and do a half double crochet. So it is a 1 row repeat after the foundation row, but it does keep you on your toes. Once you get into the rhythm though, it is really quick and easy to make up. I did this wee swatch in less than half an hour, and when you get to whatever size you want, you're going to do a full row of single crochet just to end, and that way it matches up the bottom. So I'm going to just show you the beginning one more time. So chain 1 and turn your work. You start in this top stitch here with a half double crochet. You ignore the post underneath the half double. You don't work into that. This is our next post here. So yarn over and do a front post to start, then a back post, then a front, all the way along. When you come to the end, you need to kind of manipulate the wool so that you can see your last post. So just put your hook in and give it a wee pull, not too hard, just enough so that you can see the post that you want to work into. Then you do a half double crochet in the top stitch. Do it till you've got to whatever length you want and finish with a single crochet. What I used this stitch for, and I did it in brown, was I actually made a plant pot cover, and I just thought that the tight stitch makes it really nice. You do, when you finish, have to pull it up like so, just to see the definition of each of the stitches, but you can see that it kind of weaves in and out. So that was the tight weave stitch, and I just want to thank you for all your kind words, your support. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. You can like the videos, share them, follow me on Facebook, Pinterest. All the information for all the social media links are down below, or if you wanted to support the channel, you can find all that information down there as well. So I will see you next Sunday for another crochet tutorial, and I hope to see you then. Bye.